Hey, it's H here. On today's video, we're taking a look at technical analysis for Total 3, which is again the altcoin market caps without Bitcoin and ETH. On today's video, we're going to be focusing on the structure over here, starting from the lows of June 10th, and again analyzing what are the possibilities here. Now, overall, we are still within the same idea that we were talking last time, where we had a decently clear structure here as a three-way structure. Again, we don't have an impulse to the downside. We had a fairly decent move from the early or end of last year, or basically the start of this year, basically going up, and then we corrected that move, and then we have been moving to the upside ever since that 10th of June. Now the question is how we have been going to the upside. At this point, there are a couple of different versions and ways of looking at this. Okay, so the way B here can be labeled in here. At that point again, we would have this as an ABC, a WXY and ABC overall to the upside. At this point, we would be expecting a wave C, which is again always a five-way move. However, this here looks very much like a three-way move. Now, let's go through this again with the extensions in mind. Let's get this with the C wave target, get rid of the small ones that we don't need, and look at the targets that we hit. So overall, again, to me, this looks very much like a three-way structure. I have no doubt about that. However, there is of course always the possibility where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. However, how likely is that? Not really. Why? Is because again, this third wave here, the third structure of this move, is so small. 1.236, again, giving us way more probabilities towards the bear count of this being a C wave. Now, if we create one more high here with a divergence, it is possible, but again, as we did not reach a 1.618, which is the default target for a third wave, it's much more sensible to label this as a C wave for now, at least. Again, invalidation for this whole idea of this becoming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is here, right around 338.6 billion. If the price comes back here, then we can cancel out the whole idea that this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have not labeled in that option at all, but just a reminder. Now, what else do we have here on the charts? Well, I've labeled this as a potential wave X or wave 1. Let's look into the wave 1 since we are already talking about the possibility of having this as a wave C. Again, the only way that this can be a wave 1 is that this is a diagonal. Whether this becomes a contracting or a expanding, we don't know. But again, the probabilities lies with the contracting one. This is very, very early on. However, at this point, again, we have had a three-way structure. This is very small though, in comparison to the previous one. We have corrected everything in RSI, however, so there is a chance that we are already going up. However, what I would like to see is to create a partner leg for this, something like this. Back towards the areas of this previous wave B with some kind of a area of interest here. Since we have probably a, let's see if I can find it. Nope, I can't. VWAP, not VWAP. This one. So this is again looking for a point of control here. We don't have it quite there, but again, there is a large volume node here, which is again this previous consolidation, previous resistance, and again consolidating around that area. So that again to me is very important. If we would be getting something like this, I would not mind at all. And at that point again, we could be looking for long setups here for altcoins. It is still possible that this whole thing is done already, as mentioned, but again at that point again, you would be thinking something like this. Of course, this could be going up, but again, the thing for me is that the structure, I would like to see a proper structure as well with time relations. So that's why I'm looking for this as a possibility. So that would be fitting into the idea that this would be a C wave. Now, what if this is not a wave 1? What if this is again a three-way structure that is not part of a wave 1? that is completely possible, and actually it's probably more likely. Overall, at that point again, instead of this becoming a wave B of this whole thing, we would be saying that this would be wave W. Okay, why wave W and not wave A is just because, again, if we think that this wave X is already complete, this is not, well, I guess it has reached enough for a, let's see, it just fell short. Okay, so it just fell short of the target of that B wave that usually goes around the 85.4 or the 90%. So again, for that reason, we could be thinking that this X wave is done here, and then we would be getting another wave Y. And then either this wave B takes out the low or doesn't. Again, we don't know about that yet. We need to be analyzing the structure once it arrives. And then we would be getting the pardon leg for this original first one over here at the last. It is also possible, unfortunately, that wave X might not be done here. And at that point again, currently if we are looking at this, we can see that we only hit the 23.6% in time if we are comparing this first wave W against the wave X here. So there's possibility where this is doing something like this, and that would fit into the idea that this is a wave 3 or a three-way structure being that wave X here. So that would be very interesting. Again, where would you go long? You would be targeting these areas here. Of course, depending on different coins, it's going to be showing up different, but overall market would be this, where I would be expecting movement somewhere in here, probably around that 330 point, yeah, 4.6 billion. And the only way I want to be trading this at the moment is to the upside. However, again, higher time frame is this one. Currently, lower time frame again is still to the downside. We could be getting another one here and then another one. Again, of course, we can't be trading the total 3 unless there is some way to. I don't know, but some specific altcoins should be looked at for the trades. But at this point, I'm not really interested in shorting unless we create a three-way structure, very clear one that hits probably the 1-to-1 at least, and then have a stop loss somewhere high here, and then look for that third move here, create that 3, and around here again giving us a similar opportunity like we have in this three-way structure to go long. And this long again fits into the idea of this being a third wave, or that it would be the third wave of this wave X. So two scenarios going up once, and if we pivot down here, and this area is my interest. But that is, of course, trying to look into the future a bit. And again, we are only taking these plays if the scenarios happen what we are expecting. If this just does basically this, then I'm not going to be shorting mindlessly or going long anywhere. So again, the market has to play out into our plan, and then we can take action. But that is going to be the total 3 video for this week on CTC. If you're interested in getting smaller fees and less fees, of course, check out the BitCare sponsored link down in the description below. Also, NordVPN, thanks for that support as well. I'm going to be partnering with that as well. So if you're interested in that, check us out there as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next video. Bye bye.